Well, this is, I guess you'd call it the last official run of the 587. We're fixing to go into its 15-year rebuild come January. And so we just kind of have come out with the Steam Heritage Day today to run the full length of the line and get as many people out as we can to, say goodbye to her for a while.
21.4 miles north of Indianapolis in Noblesville, Indiana, located next to a former Nickel Plate Road main line, is the Indiana Transportation Museum. Among its collection of railroad equipment are a pair of ex-Nickel Plate Road GP7s and a large group of former Santa Fe stainless steel coaches. But since 1988, the museum's crown jewel has been Nickel Plate Road 587.
Locomotive was built in 1918 by Baldwin Locomotive Works just outside Philadelphia. It operated on a nickel plate railroad in this area up until 1953. It was stored serviceable. I guess the crews, I've been told, the crews at the Frankfurt Roundhouse, where the thing was based, were so impressed with it that they just felt it was too good to put it away and let it go for scrap. So they stored it serviceable. In 1955, it was donated to the city of Indianapolis and placed in Broad Ripple Park up on the north side.
However, before the locomotive was moved to the park, its original tender was replaced with a much larger Lima 22 RA tender. These tenders were identical to those used behind the Nickel Plate's fast and powerful 700 Series 284s. This change, which extended the range of the locomotive considerably, greatly benefited the restored 587 years later in excursion service.
In 1982 and 83, a group called Friends of 587 did a feasibility study on the locomotive and found that it was a very good candidate for restoration. About that time, the city wanted to build a new library, and they thought, well, the best place to do that is where that dumb old steam engine sitting. So they, city and the Indiana Transportation Museum joined forces with the Friends of 587, and the group was awarded the locomotive. The city paid for its move. We made a deal with Amtrak and rented a building on the Amtrak property in Beech Grove for a couple of years. We were there for 5, like the man who came to dinner. Took 5 years, $110,000 at the time was raised and spent, along with an equal amount of parts and products and service donations. So from 1983 to 1988, it was about $250,000 restoration.
Following its restoration to operating condition, the 587 was off and running. In 1989, it was part of a special steam-powered triple header operated by the Norfolk Southern Railway prior to a National Railway Historical Society convention in Asheville, North Carolina. At the Indiana Transportation Museum, the 587 operated over the museum's 38 miles of former Nickel Plate Road trackage. This would include running over some street trackage through downtown Noblesville. Time eventually caught up with the 587 again, and in January of 2003, the locomotive's Federal Railway Administration's operating permit expired. This meant it was overhaul time again.
We're looking at the same thing come January. We don't have the fortune of having the Amtrak property to go to. The day we left, they took the tracks out of the building. On that original rebuild, there were over 30,000 volunteer hours. I would say there was at least 60 different names signed the work log at the time. Right now we have a crew of about 15, regulars, and then there's folks who come in for a couple of days and kind of hit and miss. But all in all, a pretty good group of people that come to work on the steam locomotive and the tool car too.
So what does the future hold?
Well, probably 3 to 4 to 5 years of complete rebuild on the locomotive. And at that point, I don't know. It's kind of anybody's guess with the way railroads go. This particular line we're on right now is owned by a port authority. Who knows, someday it may become a light rail right-of-way and no room to go excursioning.
For more information about Nickel Plate Road 587 and the Indiana Transportation Museum, call area code 317-773-6000 or on the internet go to www.itm.org.